This college football playoff picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you use the code SGPN.
What's up? It's the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, The Miz, and you are watching SGPN, and it is awesome. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Over.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Cram?
Dog.
How about them Hokies?
How about them Hokies?
Oh, just transfer
portal left and right. I saw they just got a quarterback from Penn State as well.
Yeah, they're. It's interesting. I mentioned to you this before the show, but it was immediately I was getting. I'm finding out that Bills fans are horrible people.
Oh wow, Ryan!
And
you're just such a diehard Jags fan. It's great.
They just pick interesting arguments, and you say this to say the Penn State interesting similarities. All of a sudden, I was getting slammed with this constant stream of people telling me how James Franklin's a piece of shit. Look, no one's transferring to go play with him. Transfer portal stuff starts happening. People are transferring. Penn State fans are down bad, Sean. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you're part of that community, but they're very desperate, sad community of people.
No, I'm happy with the new head coach hire.
I'm happy for them. This slander they're throwing at Virginia Tech is completely. You fired the coach, dickheads.
Joining us on the line from the college experience, Colby Dant, aka Pig Dundee. What's happening, Colby? Oh, look at this.
What are you, a cheerleader?
Go Bobcats!
Colby is.
Hold on, let me lift you up on my shoulders.
Is coming to you live from Nashville for the FCS championship game. Colby, how we feeling? Big game coming up tonight. Montana State, Illinois State. We're on the Redbirds catching the points, and you're there. You're going to be covering the game. What's going on? Boots on the ground.
Oh, buddy, there's an energy through the city, man. You go to, I mean, you're walking around the streets. There's a gigantic, FCS imprint on whatever the main street is called here. I forget. But man, I went to go meet up like yesterday at a bar, an Illinois State bar. Dude, I shit you not, 1,000 people in line.
That's insane.
I shit you. It was so like the line went like 3 blocks. So I could not believe how big the line was. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going into this motherfucker. So, but
that's crazy.
Montana State had a gigantic thing too. Apparently, I didn't see it, but just on social media, I saw that they had just a gigantic bar meetup somewhere. So the street, you can't walk a block without seeing Illinois State or Montana State gear. So it's pretty cool, man.
Broadway, I think, is the name of the main drag in Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to our buddy Stone Lepanowitz, FCS Nation Radio, been Saluki. We've had him on a number of times on our podcast. I know you met up with him. How is Stone doing?
Stone's living life, buddy. All right. Look, I met up with Stone. You know, he was having a few cocktails. He was the life of the party last night. So, he's living life well, man, and he's kicking ass as a host too of FCS Nation Radio.
I told him he should start a podcast, Throwing Stones, with Stone Lepanowitz. Great name, and good to hear from Stone. Excited to check out the coverage. I'm sure head up Colby on social media, TC on SGPN. Get some good photos.
Yeah, a bunch of people. I think a bunch of people in the basketball show hit me up yesterday, last night. They didn't realize I was in Nashville, so. If you're going to the game, hit me up. Even if not, I'll buy you a beer afterwards. So,
wow.
let's go.
There you go. Let's get after it.
Classic Colby. He's got to pay people to hang out with him. That's how he builds this horde, Sean. He builds this horde with finances.
Yeah, just running up
Go
the company.
Bobcats.
So to call it TCE aid, SGPN aid over here.
Even Colby's Benedictine. He picks Iowa State, and then now he
Illinois
shows up
State.
on the. Or yeah,
I'm on Illinois State.
Same difference.
I'm on Illinois State, but look, so we were grabbing a late night meal, and we were sitting next to a group of Montana State people, and they gave us this to try to change our opinion on going for Illinois State.
Okay.
But yeah, so
No, I mean, should be a good game.
Yeah.
Definitely like Illinois State in the points. And I mean, how can you fade that team? They were just on a crazy magical run, but should be a good game. But we got the college football playoff Final Four. Miami, Florida, Ole Miss, Oregon, Indiana, just as everyone drew it up. Colby, you mentioned
Fantastic.
it. You mentioned it on the VSiN show, but worth reiterating that the Indiana win highlights that Alabama should not have been in the playoff, and that these SEC teams, it's a safety concern to put them up against
2-7. They're 2-7. With the one of those wins being against Tulane, the other one being against Michigan with 3 coaches in 3 weeks. So 2-7 for this conference. I mean, this is what's great about the sport right now. Even though I know 2 of those games were complete blowouts. The sport. I mean, to me, it's never been healthier. Look at this. Ole Miss fans have never sniffed. I mean, you have to go back to way back in the day for the last time they were even this relevant. Not in their fans' lifetime. So and then Miami, it's even been 25 years. But obviously Indiana has got the before this season the most losses in all of college football history. And then you got Oregon, who's never won a natty. I love the narrative though that if you watch that Oregon Texas Tech game, they kept saying, well, Texas Tech bought this roster. Well, what the fuck do you think Oregon's been doing for the past 20 years? What are you talking about here?
Yeah,
you got
come on.
8-year-olds making jerseys and shoes over there in Cambodia. What are you talking about? I know how Phil Knight got his money.
It does remind me, listening to people talk about the change, the troubling aspect of the change coming from the perspective of a program that used to be able to do it better because they were cheating, and now everyone can effectively do it. I mean, it's Nick Saban does it at the highest level, but there's a slew of these coaches. They're like politicians. It's like, buddy, you expect me to believe that you think I'm going to believe that you weren't paying these dudes back then. And that's why your 3 deep depth chart was so sick. And you probably had a lot more control because the players weren't privy to what they could be, getting out on the open market. I think God.
all those black kids in Houston and Miami just happened to their whole life they grew up loving Eugene, Oregon, right?
Yeah, no, it's a great the rainforest right around the corner. You got Mount Hood, hour and a half from campus. It's beautiful.
Yeah, they were. They grew up yearning to one day play football in the Pacific Northwest. Nothing, or the academics. Something changed their mind. I mean, really, the star of the show of the college football playoff has been Michael Irvin, who has just gone on an insane. I mean, when I cashed that Miami Canes money line, which was incredible, it was so fun to use the Michael Irvin barking gif where he's on all 4 barking. The dogs were barking. Miami wins outright, and he has just been an insane maniac through this entire college football playoff. And I hope they move on simply to see him in a national championship.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's still on one, right? I mean, this is the best development is how old is he? You got to be close to 60, right?
Don't we all? I think we all need to just take.
I mean, I would hope I have the kind of energy that he has.
Yeah.
And you're right, Colby. He does turn 60 in March.
That's impressive. Like the fact that his stuff's all still working to the point where he can
it's working.
Sensually stroke a belt in front of tens of thousands of people. I think
that belt move was right out of Magic Mike. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Well, forget the taking it off. Forget knowing how to fold it in half perfectly. He's definitely hit someone with a belt before. Maybe not a child. And the way that he then just pulls it up in the air, I almost should take my belt off. I'm going to do it because it blew my mind. I don't have a
Colby,
good.
what's going on?
I don't have a black belt.
I don't know. Look, he got excited about the cheerleading talk.
He goes like this. And then he just starts going, and he's stroking the belt upwards towards the crowd. And I'm just, is he just gotten excited?
He was excited.
I mean, anyway, yeah. Shout out to Michael Urban.
Hold on, I want to talk. Most of Oregon's roster is from high school recruiting. Dante Moore was at UCLA. Your starting running back is a transfer. 3 of 5 on the offensive line are a transfer. Evan Stewart, who I know is out for the year. Your wide receiver from Texas A&M. Malik Benson from Florida State. So please, come on, buddy, come on.
All right,
that's most teams at this point. I think they just they showed a stat. What, like 40% of the college football playoff roster? I mean, no, it was more than that. It was like 52% of the college football playoff rosters are transfers.
I mean, I kind of get it. Like Oregon probably has more high school recruiting than Texas Tech, but that's changing because Texas Tech's killing it on the recruiting trail right now. So it's by a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
I also think you're going to find that the going straight to high school isn't going to make sense for all positions. You might as well let them develop and then go pluck them up. So I don't see it as a, I don't know what the point of that take was, but I don't see it as a method of like measuring a program or cheating or whatever. Oregon's smart. Big programs would be smart to let kids develop at smaller programs, especially while the rules don't make them pay the school they're plucking the kid from.
Well, especially when you look at Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin's name was the Portal King. Their whole team is Portal, right?
Yeah.
Indiana is JMU. We know that. Miami is a strong amount of transfers as well. So maybe Oregon has the least of the 4, but it ain't. I think why wouldn't you want to use the portal more if you see that track record of the other 3?
Yeah, it's just the coaching will start differentiating because some teams won't be able to use the portal. I think that's what we're seeing in the SEC. Some of these coaches are struggling to roll out new teams every year, and so portal might not work for everyone. But a guy like Signetti, someone who knows the system, knows how to develop, knows what he's looking for. Small sample size, psych, not small sample size. It's one of those things. You just look for the guys who can do what they do. Find the players, plug them in, get the system going quick.
All right, let's get into the games. Before we do, a quick shout out to Kalshi. You can trade in all 50 states. You want to trade the college football playoff? You can do it on Kalshi. I was just doing some trading while you guys were talking over on Kalshi for the FCS National Championship. Kalshi is available in all 50 states. New traders get $20 in their account when you use the promo code SGPN. Terms and conditions do apply. That's Kalshi. Promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm is gone up. Bet you picks, props, sides, totals. Rhythm has it all, and of course, great for college basketball. That's right. So many games, so much data. Great tool using Rhythm. You can build your own college basketball model, or you can just tell what Rhythm likes. And Rhythm, again, doing a great job. Sides, totals, picks, props. They really cover it all. And building a model is super fun, very easy to do. Let's see what Rhythm is like and for some old college football. They got let's see here.
I bet you Patino gets down on football from time to time.
Well, maybe Rhythm is a listener to the show because Rhythm also is on Illinois State and the points. Of course, download Rhythm today. Use that promo code SGPN25 if you want to go premium. Get 25% off. RITHMM.
Well done.
I mean, the recent Rick Pitino. I mean, he's cracking me up on social media right now. Like he just did a take of like in the past week. You know how Baylor added that guy that was drafted by the NBA that never played, and he basically just said 40 years in college basketball, and this is not the game I know, right? And I just thought
it's funny of all the people.
Yeah. Didn't he have a guy? Didn't he have assistant coach marry his girlfriend so they wouldn't testify against him? I mean, didn't Adidas have a direct tie into Louisville paying all your players? But the game is different than it was 40. The last 40 years, the game was so pure before. No money would ever touch. The athletes at Louisville or Kentucky.
Colby, now that former NBA players can go back to college. Will that open the door for former NFL players going back to college?
The NCAA is losing every case. We still have that Pavia one that I think that's going to happen this week. By the way, I think that's this week or next week, where the JUCO. So they already ruled for I think 1 year, but there's a chance, and I know Pavia said he's going to the NFL, so who knows? But why would you if you could come back and make what Texas Tech just paid $5 million to Brendan Sorsby yesterday. So like if all the JUCO years are erased, whoa! I mean that's a lot of players that could play a lot longer.
So in fairness to Patino, I'm sure he's making purely. This is probably less of a money old guy take and more of a old guy take.
Well, I didn't finish with this though, because then what's great is it was reported that he whiffed on a G League player. So it's like, wait, so you whiffed on a G League player, but you were just shitting on who would go get these G League? This is not the sport I love. Is he just? I mean, come on, man.
How old was that G League play? Why? I mean, they probably should just entertain the idea, even if it ends up failing. Like, at least try to institute an age limit. You're gonna run into. I mean, we're gonna run into problems where we have like you're saying, Sean.
Why not?
Oh, I still got eligibility back in college.
Yeah.
Throw the pads.
I mean, think of all the NBA guys who either were one and done or didn't play in college at all. I mean,
went straight
LeBron
from high school, didn't get drafted.
Yeah,
I mean,
LeBron
sometimes that happens.
Colby, am I wrong? Under the current college stuff that we're seeing, LeBron James would be eligible to play college basketball.
Look, he should honestly
would be awesome.
If you hear me out. If
him and Bronny go back.
If he loves Akron so much,
bring a title home.
Go to the Zips.
My God!
Every kid in college would want to play with you.
Yes.
So you could kill it recruiting wise. You're really boost the economy of Akron, Ohio, and I guarantee you that would be. I mean, some player at some point is going to do this, right?
Yes.
Whether it's LeBron or like it's at some point it's going to happen here.
Yeah. Instead of
pros.
Yeah. Instead of retiring, just go play college basketball.
I was looking up. Where was I? I think I was looking up the leading scorer of someone that played like 2 years, but I saw that they're playing in China and stuff. And I'm like, dude, they're like one of the leading scorers in the China league. So I'm like, is he eligible to come back to college because he only went 2 years? So like, this opens the floodgates for. I mean, I don't know that it's good for the sport. It's not college, but you would think that you could really get it if your scouting department is hip. You should be able to get some really good talent that's out there.
Well, just the advantage of having grown men. I think it probably matters more like on the football field, but let's just stick to the basketball example. You went to the park and you're a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds and there are a bunch of 26, 27-year-old dudes waiting to play you. I don't care how gifted the young guys are. Like there's something about the old man, the strength gained through being older.
The difference though, man, the difference is take Jaden DeLaura. Remember that quarterback? He came out early and I was like, what is he doing? He didn't get drafted. I think he went to the XFL or whatever, but I don't even know. The problem is that there's, American football is not really a world game. So like these former college players though are playing at an elite level all across, the world. Like there's solid leagues that are, for football, it's like if you're not in the CFL, or the XFL or the UFL, or whatever, or maybe arena, that you just don't have the light. Most of them quit because the money in arena is terrible. But so most of them just say, okay, I'm going to go to this next phase of my life. Or basketball, people can have a 20-year career. You can have a 20-year career elsewhere. So and make millions. So yeah.
All right, let's get into it, Kramer. What's the first spread?
Sean doesn't like the riveting conversation about old men playing with young boys. Miami, Ole Miss. Look, this one's on Thursday night, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast, out in Glendale, Arizona, in the beautiful Fiesta Bowl. And this is a very intriguing matchup. We briefly discussed this on VSiN back on Friday, and my default handicap here is that I really don't want to be put in a position where I'm on Miami. They certainly seem like they're probably the better team, but there's something about this Ole Miss team. They do legitimate. I'm shocked at how much the players still seem like this is a real chip on their shoulder. The 100%. The coach leaving. Now more coaches are leaving. Sean, did you see this? They're not. they were allowed to coach for the first 2 games of the playoff, but now Lane says that's enough. You got to come home to daddy.
Well, I mean, this is the best part about all this is like Lane. The reason why he left because it wasn't financial. Like Ole Miss was going to match that. It was that he didn't believe he could win a championship at Ole Miss, and here they are 2-0 in the playoffs, and
very winnable path right now.
Yes. I mean, then you look at like the chip on their shoulder. Trinidad Chambliss, I know, had made like kind of a subtle comment, and I know their offensive lineman and defensive lineman have made some big statements, basically saying like "F Kiffin," like. Tell me this isn't like the best story. In a way, I feel like everyone's going to be to win the Natty.
And so they're catching 3.5 against Miami here, plus 150 on the money line. Miami minus 175, 51.5 is the total. It does seem like Miami has also become in a weird way, because they were never this. They're kind of the weird, like they're the bizarro darling to Indiana this year. Everyone has been dying to have Miami be back. Miami's back. It comes with this hilarious, like awesome ex-players on the sideline, including, I mean, just all timers, right? You got Warren Sapp there. You got Michael Irvin stroking his belt. You got Ed Reed on you just have all these great. So like anyone who's our age is like, oh yeah. And we kind of have to, everyone should really take a moment to watch great documentary by Billy Corgan, the U. You don't need to watch part 2. You can if you want, but watch part 1 of the U. Then
start with Cocaine Cowboys. Then go.
Those are great movies as well. But go from the U to Michael Irvin stroking the belt, and you're like, my God, he really is. He's doing the Mac. Michael Irvin has gone back to school like Ryan McIntyre, and he's enjoying it. Anyway, I say all that to say it's. Yeah, it feels like Miami's become like the public darling from a betting perspective too in this game.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami here. I understand the case for Ole Miss, but you know how they won that game against Georgia. This fuck Lane Kiffin energy, which has been good. I think this kind of peters out here. Now the counter is Carson Beck with the week to celebrate. Cristobal still hasn't really blown a game.
I would say Cristobal with just little days to prep, and part of the reason why I took Miami against Ohio State was I was like, man, when the guy actually gets a couple weeks, he's been all right. Look at like Miami at the beginning of the season; they've won a lot of big games under him. So like,
but I mean, that was last Wednesday. This is going to be on Thursday. That's a full week. I just
no, but a full week is when I worry. That's when I worry. Like that's what I'm saying. And to me, what has Miami struggled with this year? They lost to Louisville. They lost to SMU that could really put up points. Ole Miss can do that. Ole Miss, I think, has Trinidad Chambliss was, dude. How about that fucking performance?
It was awesome. Player.
He was on fire, man. He was making throws that you were like, I mean, I thought he was playing at an elite level before that, but he hit like the best I could compare it to is like when you see Steph Curry like hit when he gives off and hits like 50 footers back to back, you're just like, this is unbelievable. Like that, like some of those throws, he was running around like he was fucking Fran Tarkenton. And then you're like, you're seeing him throw it and you're like, don't do that. Don't throw that. Don't throw that. And then you're just like, whoa, he fucking nailed that throw over the head. Yeah, I mean, give me Ole Miss in the points. I think clear coaching advantage on a short rest, even though Pete Golding's only coached 2 games, he's undefeated as a head coach. And I like
that nugget.
Yeah, that's good.
I like their offense. Because Miami has struggled against very similar to me, Louisville's offense, SMU's, Ole Miss, very similar offenses.
Yeah, I can't get past Miami's defensive line, and Miami's defense and their ability to win the line of scrimmage, I think is going to be the difference in the game. And as much as I thought Trinidad, that was an awesome game. Hats off to him. I'm just betting that he's not going to be able to do it again here. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that was more an indictment of Georgia's defense. And I think this Miami defense is kind of special. I think Miami's the only team. I think Miami has a shot to beat Indiana. I don't think Ole Miss does. So I will take Miami laying the points here. Kramer, what are you doing?
It's highly disrespectful to great Italian American Kurt Signetti that you think that a fellow Italian American Cristobal could potentially be on his level coaching wise. Colby mentioned Division II quarterback Chambliss. Quick shout out to Caleb Blaha. out of D3, which by the way, you guys faded them. D3, Wisconsin
what a
River
story.
Falls sets the all-time NCAA passing record, breaking Joe Burrow's record, and coming in on the money line. Of course, you two donkeys laid the 13.5. I took the 13.5. Yeah, no, I think experience matters. That's been my big takeaway to what I'm looking at in these.
So then that would be Cristobal, right?
I'm talking about quarterbacks.
Oh, okay.
And I like. Well, also, what experience would Cristobal have?
Cristobal's coached way more to Colby's point.
Not big games,
but Golden's coached 2 games.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying.
But Cristobal's been one of the worst coaches.
I'm not is playing with house money. They're not supposed to be here.
I'm not a huge Cristobal fan, but obviously is a massive experience difference.
Yeah. But the comment on experience is meant for the quarterbacks. I think quarterbacking experience matters, age and experience, and I think taking a team on a playoff run and winning a national championship.
Cristobal is Cuban, by the way. You sound like Beanick over there.
No, he's Italian. Please. Everyone knows Cubans are just Italians from the Caribbean.
They do like their necklaces. They both enjoy them. Colby, what are you doing?
Very offensive.
Ole Miss
Cristobal's won Italian American of the week before.
Ole Miss or Miami?
I'm on Ole Miss because I think they could win it outright, but also you're getting more than a field goal. Yeah, it's gonna be a close game, I think. So
Circa has like a -3, -120. If you like Miami, I think, which I do, I'll probably be playing the -3, -120.
My recommendation is, you want to shop this one because you can find it's all over the place right now, and you're probably, if you're laying the 3, you're probably dealing with some juice. And if you're taking the 3.5, you're probably dealing with some juice. But I'm with Colby. I'm gonna continue to ride this chip on the players. You rare to see players with this type of level of determination in college.
I mean, honestly, whoever wins, Miami or Ole Miss, it's going to be a fun story. The Ole Miss team is like, hey, our coach left us, we're going on a run. Miami, it's the carnival of cocaine that's coming to town. Like, both stories are going to be fun.
Yeah, all 4 really. I mean, look, Oregon's never won a national championship, so I mean, even if Oregon beats Indiana and beats either Miami or Ole Miss, it's still a good story. It's healthy for the sport.
I mean, it would be something if a team that can't even make the ACC championship is playing for a national championship. The ACC is going to have more teams in this playoff. I mean, that's what I'm seeing.
Well, I mean, that's the real narrative that needs to be sent. Is the SEC's 2-7? No more of this. Greg Sankey, you lobbying for 7 teams. No more of this shit. No more of this shit. The people have to fight back here and say, okay, your conference NIL and transfer portal has changed everything. We no longer are going to do these. Remember, they were trying to look. Big Ten was trying to wheel in the 32 team playoff with 5 auto bids for the Big Ten and SEC. Stop. Don't do this shit. I mean, look, I want 32 teams or 24 teams, but just you win your conference, you're in. The rest should be by the committee.
Yeah, BCS.
Yeah.
Bring back the computers. I will say. It's like if you play chess, it's like playing chess against someone who's much worse than you. What the SEC has done is they've boxed themselves into a corner because they're the ones campaigning for more teams now. Assuming they don't, like, every time they've tried to do the multiple auto bids, it's been pushed back on very hard, including by coaches in their own conference. What I was going to say, Colby, is I think that's where they're so mad they didn't get all their teams in, and the result is looking bad, that they're going to push for more expansion, which is the exact thing that's going to continue to like level out the playing field and give more teams chances to go on runs, thus making every conference more equal. It's going to be great. Not to mention the thing that people won't say too loudly because it might be offensive, but like SEC's in mostly poor states. At some point, the arms race isn't going to go their way. Bottom line.
Another thing is there's too many good football players. There's too many good. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit what they think. I mean, look, Trinidad Chambliss, Fernando Mendoza had one. He was originally going to go to Bryant. You know what I mean? And he went to Cal. They came in late with an offer, right?
Temple tried to get him.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. There was a lot. There's too many good football players, so it just doesn't work. You look at all these teams. I mean, Oregon starts 3 former Group of 5 offensive linemen. Indiana is basically JMU. So it's like whatever you want to say. There's just too many good football players for this narrative to really hold up.
And I believe it's only going to get worse as the regulation comes in and the player hopping and everything else starts to change. I think all that's going to happen in the landscape is that bad decisions are going to be more and more impactful on your team because they're such big cost problems, whether it's player or coach. And I think we're going to see. I mean, some of the SEC will still remain to be good, and I think all in all, I'm sure it will be a solid conference.
Texas A&M will always have money. I mean, look, that's
where the SEC fucked up. They invited this state that has infinite money relative to some of their other states. And I mean, have you read the stuff about the state of LSU's financial situation that is legitimately being impacted by the head football coach at LSU? I mean, they're still
well. The best part was the governor who, remember when he fired the athletic director and then he's like shouting out President Trump. It was like, dude, I felt like I was listening to a mixtape, right? Because he was just like shouting out Trump like in the middle of this fucking interview. But this guy, he said basically we can't be giving coaches guaranteed money, and then they go out and get Kiffin with a ridiculous amount of guaranteed money. It's like, what are you talking about? He realized it's like he didn't realize that's the market. You know what I mean? Like the market is you have to do this. So
it's wild. It's wild. All right. So Colby and for the record, Colby and I on Ole Miss, Sean on Miami. Next up, Friday night, 4:30 p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia for the Peach Bowl. Oregon, Indiana. Is this correct, Sean? The numbers come down to 3.5.
Yeah, I just looked on Circuit minus 3.5.
Okay, so this is similar to the Miami Ole Miss game where there's potentially juice involved.
No, this is minus 3.5, minus 110 at Circa.
Okay, nice. Market wide, I would say it's leaning a little bit closer to 4. I picked up the 4 because I thought this number would get bigger.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's down
plus
to 3.5.
150 for Oregon, minus 175 for Indiana. 46.5 is the total. Dante Moore, quarterback for Oregon, who's supposed to be the second pick in the draft. My eye test says he is not the second pick in the draft, and he's alluding to the fact that he would rather come back to college than play for the Jets.
Well, and then there was just that report. Who's the draft expert for the Ringer now?
To McShay.
He said to Dante Moore, McShay said, have your agent reach out. If you can get drafted by the Raiders, do it. First pick overall. If not, go back to college, which is just shows you the state of the Jets franchise.
Also shows you the level of the money in college to where the top guy can actually make close to what he would make in his,
or do all right at least. Yeah.
Now the issue is you're delaying your free agency, but
you're delaying a year getting to that second contract. But
what does a guy like Dante Moore make? Like $4 million?
But also, who does he think's going to be picking in the top of the draft next year? It's probably going to be the Jets. I don't know.
It'll be a good
Dante Moore, have you watched the NFL? It's the Jets a lot of the year. So
or the Browns, or like
I love how he's acts. Oh, the Jets will have a bounce back year. They'll be picking 15 next year. Not so fast, Dante Moore. Come on.
Wow.
I'm all over Indiana. Lay the 3.5. Lock of the century. I mean, Mendoza even mentioned how he felt like they were a little bit rusty in that Rose Bowl game, and they just ass whooped this Bama team, who, as Colby's pointed out, and a lot of other people, they were somewhat fraudulent. The case for Oregon, I get it, but man, and Oregon's defense probably I didn't give them enough credit in the Texas Tech matchup, but on the other side of the ball, I thought they really struggled with the physicality of Texas Tech's defense. Like Texas Tech kind of pushed them around for a big part of that game, and like ultimately their back broke because they got literally no support from the offense. That to me was just more the offense and the quarterback getting exposed, and I think the rust of not playing for a month really hurt their team. On top of just like not being that talented at the offensive side of the ball. But Indiana, exact opposite. I mean, once they started, getting their rhythm going offensively, and then on the other side of the ball, Cignetti is incredibly locked in. I struggle to see how Oregon's going to compete with their physicality. So I love Indiana here. Colby, what are you doing?
I mean, it is hard to beat a team twice. Look at Georgia and Ole Miss. But Oregon, was still 4 for 19 against Texas Tech. And look, I understand Texas Tech was a bad play. Baron Morton, exactly what I highlighted. He looked like he was shook. He looked like he was shook the first time he took a snap. You look at his face. It reminded me of Daniel Jones, dude. It really
Danny
did.
Danny Dimes catching strays.
Yeah. So one of the things is they only rushed for 64 yards against Texas Tech, and you go back to the first matchup in Eugene when they played Oregon, they only rushed for 81 yards. I'm with you guys here, and I think as much as Oregon's defense very impressive against Texas Tech, and look, people that are shitting on Texas Tech for going to buy the roster and struggling, they it worked out. Still, they made the playoffs. They're kind of like Indiana was last year. Yeah. Watch out, because Cody Campbell, he just got a quarterback, and they got a ton of money. So next year they're probably going to be like Indiana is this year. But yeah, the Ducks offense to me in the big games, you go back to almost every big game they've been in this year. They've struggled to score touchdowns. Indiana's defensive line is legit. I know even with Daly out for the season, they still delivered against Alabama. I expect them to do the same against Oregon. And Mendoza, you got to remember, they beat Indiana beat Oregon by 10 on the road at Autzen there. And Mendoza threw a pick 6 that game. So
yeah.
Indiana's defense really locked down Oregon's offense. It's just 13 points. I expect more of the same here. I'm going to lay it with the Hoosiers.
Yeah, it strikes me as the kind of game where, I mean, what was the spread in the first game?
Man, I can't recall off the top of my head, but I know Oregon was I think a decent. They were definitely favored.
Yeah, so I mean, it just doesn't seem like they've adjusted enough. I thought watching the game, I thought Oregon's defense looked. Oh, I mean.
Closing number was Oregon minus 7.5.
Okay. Yeah, and Oregon's one of the biggest home edges in the nation. Yeah, I thought the Oregon defense played well, but I thought it was a lot to do with the Texas Tech offense. I know it's easy to make excuses, but clearly it was like poor play calling, poor quarterback play. But I would even almost put it on the running back. I don't know what his name was. Number 8, I believe. He was the one that fumbled off the spin move. He also missed a number of blocks. Not to say he was in on it, but it struck me as one guy did a lot to take down the chances of Texas Tech. Now they never were going to do anything, but I don't think that's a good representation of what Indiana has on offense. And I think that the other side of the ball, Indiana is going to be able to, like, they're going to control the line of scrimmage on both sides.
And this is game 3 of JMU against Oregon. It's 1-1 right now, the series.
I like that. I like that. And I think the other angle here is that, like, I thought Dante Moore looked borderline bad.
He looked lost. I thought, and again, if I'm measuring quarterback play, I've conceded that Carson Beck's playing better than I would have said. Yeah.
Chambliss is just clearly he's got like some of that second or that extra sense of a quarterback. And Mendoza is Mendoza. To me, Dante Moore is the guy that stands out as missing. And what I found interesting is he does not want to use his legs. He strikes me as the typical NFL prospect that's trying to show everyone he doesn't need to scramble when half the time that's the best play for him to make. So I don't trust he's even going to make the right play with his legs when it's there, because he's clearly focused on the NFL, Sean. He's posting to his Instagram. He's in the middle of a playoff.
Yeah, very odd.
Posting to his Instagram. Easy fade for me. Give me Oregon.
Kramer, someone says they want to see you in a furst suit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Somehow on our Twitch feed, we got.
What's going on? Is that we got? Do we?
Well, I think we got somehow.
Somehow smear cake both onto y'all's cheeks.
Somehow, this guy's a huge fan, Ryan. Huge fan.
So how does this work? I wear a furry. I wear some sort of mascot costume, and you rub cake on my cheeks.
I'm more of a pie guy, but Kramer, look at this.
All that Michael Irvin talk must have brought him in.
Yeah, well. Now this does feel like we randomly got fed to some alternative lifestyles on our Twitch channel, but it feels related, Colby, of Kramer announcing I'm going to take off my belt, and then his Michael Irvin demonstration. We have never got these comments before.
I mean,
wow.
But yeah, I mean, this is
it's
Kramer. I assume he's talking to you.
It wouldn't be the.
It was your handsome face that brought me in.
It wouldn't be the first time that we've accidentally aroused the audience.
All right.
There was that time that I got a request to read a romance novel.
Well, you know what you know what'll really turn him on? This live read for Novik.
Oh, yes.
Hey, head over to Novik, download the Novik app, use the promo code SGPN, get it over on Novik.
It's hot. It's really hot.
I heard a guy in the chat saying he wanted to get in on the action. I'm assuming he means Novik, America's #1 sports prediction market. If you're in one of these states, sir, you can spend $5 and get $50, and then you'll really be in on the action. You can penetrate the sports prediction market over on Novik. Use that promo code SGPN, spend $5, get $50. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Pick 'em. Let's give out a little pick 'em entry. Of course, you can win up to 5,000 extra money over on Underdog when you use our promo code SGPN. What do you, Colby? Any thoughts on the pick 'em? I think it was Damian in the chat. He actually liked Chambliss under rushing yards with the idea that he might or lower rushing yards, that he might get sacked sometimes, and that would eat away at some of his rushing yards. What are your what you've been on a nice run here with the underdog plays? What do you like for the final four?
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking before the show. I did not. Am I missing it on the page here? Because
no, they're there. Give me names. I'll pull you numbers.
Yeah, they're there.
Okay,
it could be the state you're in, Colby.
Yeah, that might be. Let's start off. Yeah, give me. Let's go with Fernando Mendoza rushing. What is that number? He had some huge runs in the Bama game.
23.5.
So, yeah, I don't mind that. What do you think about? I saw a couple people comping him to Sam Darnold because he has. Well, no, because he
does have that Sam Darnold look.
He processes decent. He throws the ball down the field well, but he has zero awareness in the pocket, which leads to him looking very frantic sometimes.
But he's more athletic than you realize. Like he runs awkwardly, but like he is successful at running.
I like this play. I like this play.
Yeah, I mean, what did he do? I'm looking at what he did the first matchup.
I mean, Dante Moore is 2.5, which is
he ran for 31 yards in Autzen. I like this play too.
In a dome
on the turf.
Mendoza higher 23.5 rushing yards. What are we going to pair that with, Kramer?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Moore is 2.5 rushing yards.
Well, he ran for -27 in the first matchup.
That's the problem. The sacks. You got to remember sacks in college count against you.
I just said he doesn't want to run. What about? I mean, I like all these quarterback rushing yards.
I was about to say Carson Beck actually had. Dude, I got to give him some credit because Carson Beck did run over someone for a first down.
Oh yeah, when he lowered his when he lowered his shoulder, I said to myself, I'm like, damn, this dude wants to win this game.
I think in general they've simplified the offense and. You don't see him looking like a coked out deer in headlights. What should we take his 6.5 rushing yards?
Yes,
or is that dangerous?
Yes, because no. Because look at this. He ran for 23 against Ohio State. Now against A&M it was -6, but A&M's defensive line is really good. I mean, he ran for 17 against SMU. He said 6 yards, so he's got
6.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the over.
He got 8 against Louisville, 8 against Stanford, Notre Dame with a great defensive line. See, I don't think Ole Miss has a good a defensive line as Notre Dame or A&M. So he ran for negative yards in those matchups, but I'll take my chances.
It's a gotta have it game too, right? It's a win or go home game. Anytime you have this is why quarterback rushing yards in playoff games in general is a great angle.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get it. Of course, $100 entry returns you $300 over on Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SGPN. Carson Beck higher 6.5 rush yards. Fernando Mendoza higher 23.5 rush yards. All right, let's close things out with what do we do? With one lock, one dog. Kramer, well, real quick, Kramer.
We are only one lock.
We are getting all these interesting comments in the chat. I just what are your thoughts about them?
I want a dick rubbed on me tonight.
Okay, well, I think we should probably just stick to giving out some picks, but I appreciate you weighing in on the comments. Kramer, what is your? Do we do a lot? All right, fine, just 2 locks.
First person who can tell me where that sound drop came from.
Merch store gift card.
Gets how much gift card, Sean?
$50 merch store gift card. If you can hit us up.
I thought it was when you were reading the romance novel, right? Where running waters meet. Right?
In true drop soundboard fashion, it does come from an organic statement from him.
Yes, it does,
and it
not taken out of context at all.
I'll give people a hint. We were on location somewhere.
Great hint.
Yeah,
great hint. All right, Kramer, give out what you want to give out.
What do you mean?
Well, what are we giving out?
Well, we should standardize. we need to give out the same thing.
Well, I kept suggesting, and then you kept pushing back on what to give out.
Oh no, I just said only one lock ?
Yes.
Okay. Lock Indiana.
Okay.
Dog Ole Miss. Shout out Eli Manning. Shout out Jackson Dart. Shout out Joe Judge.
Ole Miss plus 150 on the money line. And you mentioned Jackson.
All right.
Yes.
If you read any of the Ole Miss beat reporters, like Joe Judge has been a critical stabilizing force in this whole thing as coaches are defecting, which by the way, we didn't really talk about it, but Colby, why are some of these coaches now leaving this week?
Well, so look, originally he took a bunch to LSU, but then he said, okay, well you guys can go, coach. He thought they'd lose after 2 weeks, right?
Oh, what a bitch. It's another chip on their shoulder.
Dude, now you're deeper into your off season. This is like burning him. And I also think some of the coaches might have to end up deciding, hey, because what happens if they win next week? You're talking about this will go all the way to January 20th, right? So it's like, I think that's the part of the problem. That's why one of the coaches left, is because I think he had already left and then came back, but they didn't think they would get this far. So now you're in this crazy period, time period where you're supposed to be bringing in these transfers, So yeah, it makes for dude.
I mean, again, story. I bring up the question.
They win the Natty. It's so great if they.
I bring up the question: will Lane Kiffin ever get to the Final Four at LSU?
No.
How is it the right decision? Anyway,
it was obviously the wrong decision.
Indiana minus 3.5. I do have -4 in pocket though. Locked up.
Rare negative CLV chat.
Are you surprised when we were leaving the Circa and I told you I had to run down at 5 in the morning to the book because I wanted to grab the 4.
We were supposed to get our Uber at like 5 a.m. to catch our flight back Saturday morning. Always a fun experience. Kramer's texted me, "I'll be right back. Got to get a bet in." He had the money was burning a hole in his pocket to get Indiana -4. Meanwhile, it's 3.5.
Yeah, I guess I'm a donkey.
Shout out to the Italian Christmas donkey.
Oh, and the Cuban. They have a Dominica, the Cuban Christmas donkey for
Colby,
Cristobal.
What's your what's your lock and your dog?
The lock is Indiana. The dog is Ole Miss plus 150 on the money line.
Yeah.
There you go. Copy and paste from
Two
Kramer.
Sharp minds thinking alike.
My lock, give me Indiana. -3.5. My dog, give me Indiana laying the 13.5 plus 240 on the money line. So that's a nice little juicy dog. I think they roll. Oregon's going to get their ass kicked.
At Kramer Centric, I will be releasing a first touchdown card on game day for both of these games.
Oh, awesome. Highly recommend it. First TD God himself, Ryan Kramer.
Thank you.
And of course, check out the college experience. Colby Dant crushing it with, of course, Molly Line Mac, Noah Beanfleck and crew, daily college basketball picks pods. And as someone in the chat very meanly said, better analysis for the college football Final Four. You can tune in on Colby's show. You can check it out, the college experience. And of course, follow us on Spotify. Get us to 2K before football ends. Would love that. 5 stars. Always appreciate it. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the Money Green. He's Ryan.
Not everyone's in on the joke, Sean.
Kramer, let it ride.
I'm wet. I want better fucking execution.